Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new limited edition 4K release from Arrow Video, and it is 1964's Blood and Black Lace, although we have the Italian Arte Originale cover for this, which is also for the box itself, as you can see. So yeah, this was directed by Mario Bava, who also did Black Sunday, Black Sabbath, The Girl Who Knew Too Much, Shock, and the only non-horror film I've seen from him is the Dr. Goldfoot and the Girl Bombs, which is a sequel starring Vincent Price, which is really rather quite weird. Yeah, and this is a Giallo film clocking in 89 minutes long, stars Cameron Mitchell, who was in the likes of Book and the Breacher, House of Bamboo, Raw Force, The Swarm, From a Whisper to a Scream, and Hell and High Water. So a myriad of genres there, World War II, you know, Western, I guess you could say in some regards, disaster film, horror. So yeah, all sorts of different films. And yeah, he plays Inspector Sylvester, who is assigned to investigate the violent murder of a fashion house model called Isabella by a masked assailant. As the investigation proceeds, all of the house's various sins, including corruption, abortions, blackmail, and drug addiction, begin to come to light. It turns out that Isabella had kept a diary detailing these vices, and now almost every employee becomes nervous. So yeah, even though the kills in this effort aren't the best, and the lack of a fully fleshed out protagonist does mean it lacks any real stakes, as yeah, a character that you're not particularly interested in or able to like is a bit hard to get over that to then care about them not dying or the tension or anything like that. But that said, there isn't much else to complain about with this film. The cinematography is excellent, which along with the lighting makes this look lush, which is only enlivened by this 4K remaster. The score is great, it is well paced, the cast is decent, there is plenty of solid tension, and it is engrossing throughout. So yeah, really pleased that this has not only been given a Blu-ray release, but also a 4K release as well. Although obviously we don't have the Blu-ray with this, but I imagine that might come down the line at some point. But still, love this box artwork, which like I said is the Arte Originale version, so you can only get this from Arrow Video themselves. It does remind me of their old kind of way that they did their box covers. I think it was back in like 2013 or so, way back before I even got into film collecting, that they had these white borders with their logo at the bottom there. So yeah, really do like it. There's nothing else on the back, but there's the side. So yeah, I do prefer the box to the slipcover though. The slipcover's a little bit too shiny for me. Plus it has the age rating on it, which does spoil it a little bit. But regardless, you also get inside the box, you get the film itself on 4K, which like I said does look excellent. The colours look even better than they did when I first saw it on Blu-ray. I can't remember what version I saw it on Blu-ray, but I saw it regardless on something. And then we get a bunch of art cards. Now, all of these have that on the back. So yeah, minor spoilers for the film. So yeah, this is probably the best role that I've seen Cameron Mitchell in. Like I said, I've seen him in plenty of other films, but I've rarely seen him in anything where you could consider him as a leading star. But he's definitely the lead in this. And finally. So yeah, and we also get a really rather nice booklet, which inside has cast and crew. You've also got The Glamour House of Horror from 2015 by Howard Hughes. Who Done It? The Unusual Suspects, also from 2015 and also by Howard Hughes. Then you got Majestic in Ruin, Mario Bava, Sadism, and the Gothic Giallo from 2023 by Kat Allinger. Then Fashion House of Death, Costuming in Blood and Black Lace, also from 2023 by Rachel Nisbet. Then you got Joe Dante Remembers the Genius of Mario Bava from 2000 by Alan Jones. Bava's Avenger from 2014 by David Del Valle. And then about the restoration itself. So yeah, you got all sorts of different shots from the film inside of here, as well as the art cards such as that. And in terms of the restoration, well, let's read. So it's presented in its original aspect ratio with Italian and English mono sound, and has been exclusively restored for this release by Arrow Films. The original 35mm camera negative was scanned and restored in 4K resolution, and the film was graded in SDR, HDR10 and Dolby Vision, and the soundtracks were sourced from the optical sound negatives. The Italian mono soundtrack was remastered, the English mono soundtrack was also remastered, and all materials sourced for this restoration were made available by Movie Time. I believe Joe Dante provided something from a special print that he had, which we'll get to when we look at the extras on the disc itself. And we also get a double-sided, really rather quite sizable poster, which is always a nice addition for me as far as I'm concerned. Not something that's rare for our video when they do these really rather thick limited edition 4K releases, but still it is nice to have. So we have the new Originale artwork on the one side, and then we have this really rather vivid Giallo yellow, because Giallo does mean yellow, reverse side as well, which yeah, looks really rather nice, really does stand out. So yeah, pleased with both of those. It's going to be a bit of a struggle to decide which side I want to be putting up, but I will be putting that poster up at some point. That's the front of the booklet, by the way. I forgot to show you that. Right, now for the extras on the disc itself, which are substantial as you might expect for a single disc limited edition version of a film. So yeah, outside of all the usual restored mono English and Italian soundtracks and the like, we have audio commentary by Mario Bava's biographer Tim Lucas. We have Psychoanalysis, a documentary on Blood and Black Lace and the origins of the Giallo genre, featuring interviews with directors Dario Argento, Lamberto Bava, screenwriter Ernesto Gastaldi, and critics Roberto Curti and Steve Della Casa, as well as crime novelists Sandrone Dazzeri and Carlo Lucarelli. We have an appreciation by Helene Cate and Bruno Forenzi, or Forzanzi, even, the creative duo behind Aimer and The Strange Colour of Your Body's Tears. Not sure what they are, maybe films, podcasts, I'm not really sure. We also have Gender and Giallo, a visual essay by Michael Mackenzie, exploring the Giallo's relationship with the social upheavals of the 1960s and 1970s. We also have Blood and Bava, a panel discussion on Mario Bava, featuring Dario Argento, Lamberto Bava and Steve Della Casa, recorded at the 2014 Corriere Film Festival, or Cormea Film Festival even. And then we have The Sinister Image, Cameron Mitchell, an episode of David DeVale's television series devoted to the star of Blood and Black Lace, and presented in full. We also have the alternative US opening title, sourced from Joe Dante's private print. That's where I saw Joe Dante, where I was mentioning him from before. And then we have original theatrical trailer and image galleries alongside all of the physical extras that we have here. So yeah, quite a substantial release here, and yeah, the 4K itself looks excellent, but even if it was just a Blu-ray, quite frankly, all of these other extras, physical and on the disc, would still be really, really welcome. So yeah, really, really pleased that this has been given the full-blown limited edition release that it has been given. As yeah, it's a solid 4 out of 5 film. It may well go up even more with the new 4K appreciation of it and all of the other context with all the extras as well that might be provided with this film as well. So yeah, really, really pleased that this has been given the release, and yeah, highly recommend it. 4 out of 5 as far as I'm concerned in terms of my rating, but yeah, like I said, that may well go up. So yeah, get out and see this if you haven't already, but if you have, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.